we have no peace, it's because we have forgotten we belong to each other. One love, one heart, one destiny. We are one humanity. Be the reason someone smiles today. Be the reason someone feels loved. And believe in the goodness in people. We're all equal because we are different. We are one humanity. We are one humanity. One God, many faces. One family, many faces. One truth, many traces. One humanity. One heart, many graces. One life, many places. One world, many spaces. One humanity. We are one humanity. We are one humanity. We are one humanity. We are one.
And now, I want to introduce today our guest speaker. Our guest speaker. Introducing the amazing Mr. Gary Moxley.
Good morning. And first of all, I'd like to thank Kimberly and Arville for the gift of coming here and allowing me to talk to you guys. And as some of you know, I'm a Taoist. So all I have is a thought, and I bring that thought to the world. And that thought is, I could be a better person. And I give you my thought so you could be a better you, okay? And we could change this world around. And that's what I bring. So I thought I would start today with the peaceful part of my talk. And one of the ways that I gain peace is through meditation. And I would like to go through a little quick 3-minute exercise with you guys, if you don't mind. So if everyone could get comfortable, and because that was so relaxing what you did, Kimberly. That meditation was great. My meditation's a little different though. So take some deep breaths, you guys. And when you breathe in, I want you to visualize breathing in the strength and the energy of our sun. I want you to close your eyes and relax. I want you to pull up through your feet the energy of our planet. I want you to breathe in the energy of the wind. I want you to blow out all your frustrations, all that garbage that you've got in your head from being on the internet and being on Facebook. So just relax. And in front of you, you'll see a door. And if you push that door open, it's bright, it's sunshiny, we've got clear blue skies, and I'm there waiting for you. And we walk through this meadow, and in this meadow, as we're walking, we're picking up speed and walking faster, and to gain more speed, we stop dropping things. Throw away those bad habits you got, because we all know which habits we're talking about, because all ours are different. And That allows you to move a little faster. And we can get to a running pace. And now to stop from just landing on your heel and kicking off with your feet and just running with your toes, to get more speed and open up your stride, we'll lose our last baggage. We'll lose hatred and jealousy and animosity. And we are light now, and our stride is longer, and we are almost airborne. And at this point now, it's up to us to jump. Some of us will fly. And I hope you're flying, because I am. So open up your eyes now, guys. How many of you actually visualized something there? That's incredible. That's beautiful. That says we have the capacity to be better, to do more than we normally do. We're great. And I just think that's marvelous. And how many of y'all, hands again, were able to fly? Look, that's even better. I love that. and that is what I do for peacefulness. And the other part of my talk was to be today about contentment. And that's a hard subject for me, because I am not content. I do not like this world one bit. It's not good enough for me. I need it to be better. And I need the help of all you people who could fly. Help me make it better. I've got grandkids now that are living in this craziness, and I thought I could fight it off when I was younger. I thought I could make change. I made some, not enough. We need to keep going so that our great-grandchildren, because I got one now, and I'm assuming you guys will too. Okay, so anyway, in our fight to make this better, I've met people, and I have some friends over here that, can I get you to stand up, Elder and Alda? I want you guys to see these people, because these people are heroes, okay? I admire them greatly, and I thank you. Thank you, brother. I had the opportunity to interview them. And I don't know if you guys know, but I interview people. And I get it on the internet, and we just talk. It gives each one of you a platform to voice yourself, to talk about your frustrations or whatever. It's up to each one of you. So, Uncle says, let's do this interview, and he sets a time and place, and we meet. And Uncle brings some things with him. He has 2 sacks with him, and immediately I'm saying, this is not going to be a typical interview, okay? This is different. So he brought with him the makings of a ceremony. And he started with a prayer and a blessing. He blessed me, and we started going through ceremonies. And I understood that he wasn't just talking to me at this point. He was talking beyond himself, beyond me, beyond our environment. And we went through a fire ceremony and a water ceremony, and I was awestruck, because it was that type of thing was new to me. But also was the fact that he was trusting me with this, and he was trying to talk to more, trying to help the world, talking to the world. And all I have is my little box, and I use my box to capture, and then I give it to the ghost. The ghost in the shell, that's the computer. They call that AI, artificial intelligence, but I suspect it's more than just artificial, okay? Because it's in everything. It's connected to all of us. It's in our TVs, our telephones, our cars. It's taken root, okay? So I'm thinking, that's where I could do the most good. I'll pass on the message from my friends to that. So we end and I talk with Alda, and Alda's bringing a different message. Alda's talking about the people and us and how we respond. And it's just, some of you who haven't seen my interviews, you need to go to my website and check it out. I'm sure you're going to find them informational and very enlightening, because we're all people. We all have different views, and you're going to see some of that. So we ended our interview. We had dinner together. We broke bread again, as we have done before. And I believe you were with me too, Arvil, on one occasion. We broke bread together, right? So I gave him a parting gift. And the next morning, well, actually that night, I laid in bed and I was thinking about the gift he gave me and my responsibility. I felt like I was supposed to do more than just my run-of-the-mill thing with this. So I put my brand on this interview. And I got on the ghosts. I started out with Messenger. And I was competitive guy that I am. I said, I'm going to give myself a day to see what I could do, see how far I could spread his message. So I found the Terminator. That's the line where the sun stops and night hits. It happened to be over Africa, so I had friends there. I went to my friend Farak. Farak spoke here. And he was the first one I talked to, and just a simple text with my video attached to it. So I bring words from Uncle, words of love, words of respect, words of forgiveness. And I fight for Uncle. And he passed that to a group he had with him, that he takes people on tours into the Sphinx and the main pyramid. So he passed it to a group of 17 Canadians. And they all watched it and responded by passing that to their people, okay? And I went next to Luxor. I have friends there. And then I went to Syria. I have a friend there. And Germany and France. And before I knew it, in a couple hours' time, I had gotten all over Europe and Africa. And so and it was still kind of early for me. It was like 3 in the morning. So I said, well, I'm going to go to sleep, because the Terminator should be over the ocean right now, so I'll rest, And I went to sleep for a while, woke up and got back on it. I hit some places in the East Coast, and I hit a place in Florida, and Florida had already got the message. All right, so I said, this is too cool. This is working. So I said, at this time, I wanted to send Elder another email, or actually it was a message. and let him know about the gift that I had given him after the ceremony. And do you mind if I talk about that gift, sir? Okay. I gave him 2 rocks and 2 feathers. One of the rocks I got from, it was the city Dhahran. It was in Saudi. And some friends that took me to town in the market. And we were at this little vendor's shop, and he had this big old skewer of meat going. And we walk up, and he'd shave you off some and put it on some bread, looked like fond bread or pita bread. And it was similar to what we eat here, gyros, the Greek food, okay? So, and I saw this rock there, and I was thinking to myself, what it has witnessed over all of these years, and all of the people, and the smells, and the sights, and the sounds of life there in that city. So I picked it up and put it in my pocket, okay? And another stone that I gave Elder was a stone that was given to me in Melbourne. This black guy came up to me, and he said I was the first black man that he ever met that was from a different place than his. And he was struck with what he kept saying was my courage for coming so far with no protection, no help, just vulnerable, just me, So I said, okay, thank you. I appreciate, your honesty, and I appreciate the blessing you're giving me. So I was left with those 2 feathers. And that's a simple thing. That represents the gift of flight. The gift to help keep their spirits soaring. Keep them up, keep them going, fly high, because I admire the work that you do. And these feathers come from my friend. I have a macaw, and he's also a mentor. All right, he taught me about this meditation where I could fly. I got it from him. And I try to spread that information. And I also have other friends. Stephen, I shared a feather with Stephen, because he's flying high, he's soaring. And Susan soars too. She's a healer, and I'm just enjoying things. So, back to my discontent now, okay? I get so frustrated with what I see, what I hear, what I read about, our leadership. You know how it is. And the only thing I can think of to stop negativity so that I could go about my day in peace and contentment is to put myself in the moment. I take a couple of deep breaths and I tell myself, the future doesn't exist. There's no such thing. The past is gone. I can't pull it back. It's nothing. All I got is a memory of it. I live in this moment. This moment is going to last me for eternity. My eternity. My moment never ends. It just goes on and on and on. And that gives me some sense of peace. And that's the best I could come up with for contentment. And I do realize that has nothing to do, with happiness. Happiness it's a fleeting thing. It comes and goes, and it's just as cool. But I need it more. And the only way I know how to do that is come out here and do like my brother says, put in the work talk to people, share my thought, and see where we go from there. Okay, and I think I would expect more from you guys. I want more from you guys. I want a world where my grandkids have got a shot at making it, okay? Instead of being shot in traffic stops, okay? I need this world to be better, and I need you to help make this world better. No more excuses. Shed all of the bad thoughts, shed our bad habits. Let's go forward. Let's make it real. And again, if it's just supporting other people, it's adequate. I support my brother and sister over here in everything they do, and I continue to do that. And I would like to say, Elder, I've had to join some Native American groups on the internet, and I get a far greater response from them than I do any other culture. I send them my message and I get 370 and 80 thumbs ups, and I get conversation, I get feedback. There's another group down there in Peru, they are Mayan. They are very vocal too. They admire what you're doing as well. And I will keep passing your message until I get everybody in the world, okay? So I want to say thank you again, Harville. Thank you for letting me speak. Kimberly, thank you. You're one of my heroes too. So that's it. I'm Gary Moxley. I'm the Tao of Cottonwood. I'm the way of Cottonwood. And I hope to be the Tao of the world. Thank you.
God bless you, everybody.